The following content does not reflect the opinions of Fox Sports Radio, which is another way of saying this show sucks.
All right.
Yo.
Coming to you live from Philly. It's the number one rated Paulie and Tony Fusco Show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco and Tony.
Yo.
Huge and very important
So
show
important.
today. You know, with
Yup.
all these very serious allegations swirling that the NFL is rigged,
Yup.
we are going to do a special investigative report to uncover the
Yeah.
truth, to see if the NFL is indeed rigged, which we can already tell you
Which
at 100%.
100% it is. Yeah.
Plus, we'll tell you the real reason why Bill Belichick isn't getting hired. Nobody's saying this. We got the reason.
Nope. We're revealing all the truth today.
Yeah, but first, one important show note. We know you people have stopped rating and reviewing the podcast because it's so clearly perfect. You know, who needs to say it?
Yeah,
but
of course.
apparently these podcast companies like Apple and Spotify, they won't rank or promote your show until they see reviews.
Yeah. Well, I Spotify some bullshit. So just go do it. Review the show.
Exactly. Yeah, go do that. Anyway, on today's show, we're bringing on, you know, kind of a big name in sports media. Not as big as ours,
sorta.
of course, but, you know, kind
Yeah.
of big.
Yeah.
Co-host of Speak on FS1, Joy Taylor. And you know, she's a great person to talk to about this because she's worked in the NFL media for a long time. And she's
Exactly.
probably seen every script that's come through.
Yeah, exactly.
And so has
Totally.
her brother, you know, Jason, who played in the NFL.
Yeah. He's probably pissed that the script never even had the Dolphins coming close to winning the Super Bowl.
Has to be, Tony. Anyway, usually
Yup.
at this point, you know, we do an ad for another company and they pay us millions. But today, we're going to do an ad for us and an exciting announcement about the official
very
Fusco
excited for
Show
this.
merch store.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, people, they've said to us, hey, how come you have shirts with your faces on it and not your producers? We want one of those.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
We listened to the people and we are doing something special to honor our producer. It's the official Producer Jay's face on a dartboard t-shirt.
Yeah.
You can get it on mugs, mouse pads, anything you want. Just a terrific gift.
What? Producer Jay, why
Yeah.
are you even talking?
What?
I'm going to email that store and have them take it down immediately.
Oh, yeah? Well, trust me, the only one getting taken down immediately is you.
Yeah, after the show, we'll come
Yeah,
find
shut
you,
your
bro.
mouth.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
get outta here.
Anyway, by the way, you know, don't let him ruin what is already a huge day for us. You know, the Sports Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
They're being announced. And by the time you see this episode, listen to it, we'll have already won. So, you
Yeah,
know,
congrats
go
to
ahead,
us.
pop a bottle, celebrate.
Yeah.
And that, we also put that in the merch store. You can buy your
Special.
2024 Sports Podcast Award winner t-shirt, you know, to commemorate this huge moment, which has surely happened.
Yeah.
And now that we've got that award locked up, well, now here comes our Pulitzer and our Nobel
Yup.
Prize in our
Yup.
special report.
Special report.
As you all know, we have a duty and responsibility on this show, and that is to provide the truth. You
That's
know,
why you come to us.
people say that in order to prove a conspiracy, well, you need to provide evidence. But as we always remind people, what makes a conspiracy is the lack of evidence. Isn't that right, Tony?
Totally. In fact, the less evidence there is, the more proof that people are out there trying to cover it up.
Yup.
So when we present all these facts to you, and coaches and players and NFL veteran insiders tell you it's all wrong and total lies, that's when you'll know it's all true.
So well said, Tony. And you know, a lot of these conspiracy theories
Thank you.
sprung up this year when some very sharp people noticed that the Super Bowl logo
Yeah.
included the colors red and purple, which
Exactly.
signaled that the 49ers would play the Ravens in the Super Bowl because those are the team colors. And
Yup.
and then midway through the Lions-49ers game, you know, people pointed out that red and blue makes purple, so
There
that
you
still
go.
counted. But you know, all these people, while being very smart and observant, they were missing the real conspiracy that was staring them right in the face, weren't they, Tony?
They're looking at the wrong part of the logo.
Yup.
It's not the colors, it's those letters and numbers.
Yup.
LV. That stands for Las Vegas.
Yup.
They somehow knew the Super Bowl would be in Las Vegas. And those 3 1s, well, how many Super Bowls will Mahomes win if he wins this one?
3.
3.
Yup.
They're telling you right there, clear as day, the Chiefs are gonna win.
Wow, just absolutely mind-blowing, Tony.
Yup. And that's just the top of the iceberg.
Exactly. And people, they're wondering why the Chiefs keep making the Super Bowl even though they suck. We all know why this is. It's clear as day. The NFL's continued anti-Philadelphia bias. After the 2017 Super Bowl, as we all know, when Nick Foles bravely refused to follow the NFL script he was handed by the scriptwriters and decided to beat Tom Brady and the Patriots, well, the NFL then made a concerted effort to punish the Eagles. And they knew the best way to do that was to help that talentless loser, Andy Reid, finally win Super Bowls. But that's not all they did, right, Tony?
You see, this was all part of the NFL's woke agenda. Look at the year the Redskins changed their name. 2019. Now look at what year the Chiefs started winning Super Bowls. 2019. Exactly. This clearly proves that the NFL decided to appease the Native American communities by having the Chiefs win Super Bowls and help build back their proud heritage, which had been damaged by the Chiefs sucking for so many years.
Just terrific research there, Tony, and there's more to this, isn't there?
Yeah, people think the 49ers is a reference to 1849 and the gold rush, but that's wrong. It's about the year 1549, when Native Americans still ruled this land. So now we have an all-Native American Super Bowl, just as the NFL secretly planned it.
Just stunning insight there, Tony, and there's more here. On the trusted news network, OAN, on-air personality Allison Steinberg made headlines when she asserted, and quite rightly, that Taylor Swift is a psyop, or psychological operative, working for the Biden administration, and she is using the NFL to try and mind control young people into voting for Biden. And Tony, this makes a ton of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like most people, I'd never heard of Taylor Swift before she started using Travis Kelce to get national airtime.
Me neither.
But I've dug into this and found that she's actually considered a global music star.
Huh.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently, she's won Grammys and had a bunch of #1 hits in about 50 or 60 different countries.
Huh.
But again, like most people, I never heard of her until she started showing up in cutaways during NFL games.
Yeah.
So clearly, she's blatantly using the NFL to access an audience that she pathetically couldn't reach on her own.
Just such a clearly obvious and shameful move by her and her team of political operatives. And by the way, on that note, you know how we all know the deep state is using its mind control on all of us. Well, there is no deeper state than Kansas. I mean, just look at a map. It's deep in the middle of everything, nowhere near a coastline, which makes it very suspicious.
And hard to get to.
Exactly, that's where they can go hide. But what's also suspicious here, Tony, is this whole Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce relationship.
Makes no sense.
People are saying that it seems more real now than it did because they kissed after the AFC Championship game. But Tony, we analyzed the film. Sure, Taylor and Travis kissed, but there was clearly no tongue. And that makes all the difference there, doesn't it?
We all know a relationship isn't real until you see tongue. If you want a little peck on the lips, you can get that from your mother, your sister, your aunt. But they can't give you tongue because that would be weird and gross.
Great point.
Thank you. This just reminds me of back in 2000. I don't want to get all political, but a lot of idiots out there doubted if Al and Tipper Gore were in a real relationship. But then good old Al slipped her some tongue and immediately put all doubts to rest.
Just such great perspective there, Tony. And well, there you have it. That concludes our special report.
Just terrific journalism there by us.
And on that note, just one more truth that we have to uncover and report on. Many people in the football world, they're wondering why Bill Belichick has not been hired. They say there's no logical explanation why a great coach like him can't get a job. Yeah, exactly. Tony, the answer is literally staring them in the face, isn't it?
The fact that people won't give a reason for not hiring Bill Belichick just proves there could only be one explanation. He has horrible old man breath.
Yep.
You know how old men have terrible breath and you can't get anywhere near them because their mouth smells like rotten cheese mixed with piss?
Yep.
But nobody wants to say anything?
Yep.
That's clearly what's going on here. If I were Bill Belichick, I would go see a dental hygienist or carry Tic Tacs or Altoids, and that would immediately solve the problem.
Great analysis, Tony. You know, the same thing happened with
Thank you.
Tom Coughlin in New York.
Yeah,
It made no sense why they'd fire a two-time Super Bowl winning coach out of nowhere, which means it must have been his old man breath,
Yup.
Instead of having to go through, the awkward conversation of having to suggest he see a dentist or use some mints, they just thought it would be easier to fire him,
Yup. And that's why Pete Carroll is so smart.
Yep.
You always see him chewing gum on the sidelines.
Yep.
So don't be surprised if Pete Carroll gets hired soon thanks to his minty fresh breath.
Great analysis, Tony. And it's time to continue our special report and bring our guest on the Fusco Satellite Network.
Fusco Satellite Network.
All right, she's the co-host of Speak on FS1. And, she's become one of the more widely known and popular faces in all of sports media. Again, not nearly in the same ballpark as us,
No.
But then again, who is?
Of course.
Anyway, to help us continue our special report on the serious allegations that the NFL is rigged, which are all clearly true.
Yep.
Joy Taylor, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me again, guys. That's a pretty extreme opinion. I have seen it circulated.
Exactly. We're uncovering the truth today.
We are independent media personalities, so we don't have to kowtow to the massive corporate entities. So we want to know what it's like for you to work at a media company like Fox, a partner of the NFL. At what point in the year did they tell you that the Chiefs and 49ers would make the Super Bowl? Was that in August or before that? When did the NFL come to you?
I mean, guys, the Chiefs have one of the best players in the history of the game in Patrick Mahomes and one of the best coaches in Andy Reid. And Kyle Shanahan has been to the Super Bowl several times as a head coach now and also as a coordinator. The Niners have one of the top.
You just sound like another exactly what the mainstream media would say. Aren't you just lying to cover the truth?
Yeah.
I mean, if I knew that, then why would I have picked the Eagles to be in the Super Bowl this year? I picked the Eagles and Bills.
You're an Eagles fan, which is understandable, but you want to throw everybody off the scent. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're a plant.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to be a plant. It would be much less work for me, But unfortunately, I hate to spoil it, the NFL is not rigged.
But how do you know? See, we want you to provide the proof. The burden of proof is on you to prove that. Tell us.
Where's the evidence?
Well, I mean, what's the benefit? I can see, if people wanted to wander down the wormhole with, seeing Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl because, we do know she has brought a lot of revenue to the NFL. But what's the benefit of the Niners being there?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, too, because we think the scriptwriters just went too far this year, making the last pick in the NFL draft, have him make the Super Bowl.
It's not
Don't
believable.
you think the writers just, concocting a little too far-fetched of a story this year?
I would love to get there with you, but unfortunately, I am a busy person, so conspiracy theories don't take up a whole lot of my day.
Oh.
I also think that the Lions Ravens would have been more interesting for everybody. It's Lamar Jackson's first Super Bowl, Detroit's first Super Bowl. That would have been a more.
Yeah, we agree. The right is messed up.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
It looked like John Harbaugh didn't know a single play the Chiefs were running.
Yeah.
Don't you think he made a mistake by not asking his brother Jim for cheating and spying advice?
I think that Lamar Jackson, he didn't really play like himself. I feel like he got out of his style of play. There was a lot of talk.
Not the question.
About,
Stop
him
dodging.
throwing the ball and his MVP this year, and trying to match up with Patrick Mahomes, and I feel like he didn't take opportunities in that game that he normally takes.
It's the NFL who took the opportunity to once again help the Chiefs, and that's for a reason.
Yep.
There is an anti-Philadelphia Eagles bias in the NFL. You know, like last year we saw it when they were robbed of a Super Bowl, which they had clearly won. Don't you think that the NFL is helping that talentless loser of a coach, Andy Reid, finally win Super Bowls in order to punish the Eagles? She's mind blown, Tony.
Andy is one of the. I'm trying to figure out how the Eagles struggling all season long. Jalen Hurts being probably injured. Their defense taking an incredible step back.
Terrific.
The receivers getting injured. Writing. Like all, they wrote in the injuries. I don't know. I'm disappointed in the Eagles season, just like everyone else in Philadelphia. I feel you. I think if the Eagles would have been better, then maybe I could go down this rabbit hole with you. But the Eagles, let's be honest, it wasn't the Eagles' year. It was not the Eagles' year. They didn't deserve to be there.
Are you looking down because the script is below you right now? Is that
yes? I'm reading. I'm reading the script.
Because we can get you cue cards if that would help.
There was a good script. I mean, it was like the Eagles were like in Rocky 3, where Rocky won like 10 fights in a row, and then all of a sudden he just got his ass kicked by Clubber Lang.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me get this straight. Do you guys not like Andy Reid in Philly?
No, he didn't win anything for us in Philly.
He saved his best players, obviously, for Kansas City. He
didn't use his best plays with us. Right. He saved them.
So what are you going to do with Sirianni? Are you keeping him because
deflecting right now, Paul.
You're trying to change the topic. Let us produce the show here. Again, this is what the mainstream media does, people. It's called distraction. And look, let me give you one more undeniable fact here. Listen to this, Joy. 2019. Remember 2019? That was the year Washington changed its name from Redskins, right? Also in 2019, the Chiefs suddenly start winning Super Bowls. Don't you think this is all clearly more moves by the NFL to appease the Native American community?
I'm going to send you guys some suggestions for like some social clubs, maybe like pottery, or you could try spin classes or something.
You were in the spin class.
Yeah,
you work in
spin zone.
You're
over
in the
here.
spin zone.
Yeah.
It'd be a healthier use of your time.
No. Okay.
Well, or, we could just pay attention to the fact that the Eagles just weren't that good this year. And
you keep going back to that. Okay.
Are
you still stuck on the same page of your script? Maybe flip the page.
Let's turn the page. Let's turn back the page a little bit, because we want to talk a little bit about your brother, Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, played in the NFL for a very long time. Did he call you very upset like every August when he got the season script and once again saw that the Dolphins weren't going to make the Super Bowl?
Great question.
It affected our relationship deeply that he was always stressed out about the script. No, there is no script. There is no NFL script. I can't stress this enough that there is no NFL script.
You are doing a terrific job.
Yeah, you're doing very good
media. Very convincing. Okay, look, you did bring up Taylor Swift, right? Yep. Okay, people out there, they're saying that the relationship with Travis Kelce, that it seems real now because she kissed Travis Kelce on the field, but we analyzed the film. There was clearly no tongue.
Yep.
Don't you agree that we can't consider this a real relationship until we see tongue?
So you could analyze the film of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's mouth exchange, but you didn't watch any of the film of the Eagles defense this year?
You're in the spin zone, Joy. You're in the spin cycle, trying to distract,
classic pivot,
trying to produce the show. Just stay on
you should be in Washington, D.C.
Tongue. Yeah. That's what we focus.
As someone who is not super into public affection, you would watch film of me and a significant other and never see tongue. So I can't say that I agree with this philosophy.
Interesting insight there, Joy. Very interesting. And I happen to agree with you there. We can find some common
fair
ground.
Point.
Yeah,
fair point.
We can agree that tonguing each other down in public is like a little much.
I'd still like to see it for journalistic purposes, but okay.
Yeah.
Just quickly, Joy. A lot of people, they're wondering why Bill Belichick has not been hired. And since nobody's giving a reason, that can clearly mean there can only be one reason. Tony, tell her that reason.
He has old man breath.
Yup. You know how people, their breath is horrible, old men, and it smells like, 2-week-old sushi that was left in an open fridge? Maybe that's what's going on here. That seems to be what's going on here with Bill Belichick. Nobody just wants to tell him his breath stinks.
2-week-old sushi.
Yeah.
I don't, I date older men, so.
Oh, all right.
I suppose,
Go on,
I suppose
please.
I'm used to old man breath.
Oh.
No. I knew that would get you guys.
No wonder you don't use tongue.
No. I think Bill Belichick has not updated how he views football, and the game has changed and kind of gotten away from him.
And dental hygiene. Stay on subject here.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Bill Belichick's breath.
Well, look at Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll,
Look at Pete
right?
Carroll's chewing
Always
gum all the
that
time.
gum.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah. Now, Pete Carroll definitely does not, because he goes through a pack of gum probably every quarter.
Yup.
So we know for a fact that that's not a problem with Pete Carroll. That is good investigative work by you.
Well,
but I cannot speak to the legitimacy of Bill Belichick's breath.
Oh,
I do think that people don't want to risk bringing in an older coach that hasn't.
Well,
updated
hold on. You just said that you are an expert in dealing with older men. So don't
I
you
wouldn't
think?
say expert, but
Well, okay. By the way, how old are we talking here? Is this like, you cruising the old folks home? Is that what's
Like
going on?
75?
No, I haven't dated a man that's that much older than me in a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the breath.
So maybe. Yes, because of the because of the breath.
If a 70-year-old did, have some outdoors with him, would you consider him as a dating partner?
It depends. It's entirely dependent on the situation.
All right, but see, you clearly are an expert in this field, and since you are a sports media person, why don't you do Bill Belichick a favor right now? Just look into the camera, Joy, and say, Bill, for your future, for your career, just maybe go see a dental hygienist or
I don't know anything about Bill Belichick's breath. I cannot speak to the legitimacy of this conversation.
Oh,
it seems like you guys are reaching. It's pretty obvious.
Guess what I'm reaching for? You know what I'm reaching for?
Guess what we're reaching for? The hang up button.
The
hang up button on you. Get the show.
Nobody questions our legitimacy. We are 100% real.
See
you
ya. No more spin.
Yeah, you're no Joy. We'll tell you that.
It's over.
Go date George Burns.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Is she off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
Just a terrible interview all around there, Tony.
Joy Taylor? More like Agony Taylor.
Great one, Tony. Great way to bring it
Thank
around.
you.
It was a terrific show other than that. And, of course, we want to remind you to visit the official Fusco Show merch store. And
Wait. Hold on.
Oh, you kidding
he's
me?
Still angry. He's still angry, Tony.
Yeah, producer Jay, what do you want?
What?
Corrections.
Oh.
What?
You seem to imply that Kansas City is in Kansas.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it is, bro.
No, it's not. It's in Missouri, not Kansas.
Oh, yeah? Well, you know what else is misery? Every time you talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna Kansas shitty on your face. Oh, you're
Good
done.
one, Tony.
No.
Thank you.
No.
What?
No.
What?
You said the LV in the Super Bowl logo stands for Las Vegas.
Yeah, bro, read between the lines.
Yeah, bro.
LV is a Roman numeral. The L stands for 50 and the V stands for 5. So together, they stand for 55.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're not going to stand for anything after we break your legs.
Yeah, and you're gonna be dead in exactly LV minutes. Oh, you're
Great
done.
one,
We're
Tony.
finished. Let's
No.
get out of here.
Hold on.
What?
But by the way, did you say top of the iceberg?
Yeah, sure did, bro.
Sure did, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You butchered that one too. It's not top, it's tip.
Well, you're about to see the tip of my sword.
Yeah. The only thing we're gonna butcher is your dead corpse. Oh, he said we got him.
We're
He's
not going to butcher this.
soaking.
Go remember, buy that shirt we made in this jerk's honor. The J. Board shirt. You can get it on
order
mugs,
it now.
bags, whatever. And you know what you can also get, Tony? On this show, next week, just booked, Super Bowl hero, Eagles legend Nick Foles
Wow,
will be here.
terrific.
Don't forget to rate and review this show. Go take on the powers
do it
that
now.
be at
Hurry
Apple
up.
and Spotify and let them
5
know we will
stars
not
now.
stand for their BS. And Tony, great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people next week.
See ya.